Well, we're gonna shuffle all the trucks around today. We're gonna do a West Texas cold start, but it's really 90 degrees today. But in about 2 days, it's supposed to be in the teens. So I'm just trying to get everything moved around and ready, and get ready for the cold weather. Most of my trucks, you have to start on the Michael Jackson method, and you got to do that. And generally they'll start. So we'll pull around and get the rest of the fleet out. Alright, we're going to move some stuff around today before the weather gets bad. This is my 77 parts truck that's already given up the bed for the 79 that I converted to a short bed. And as it turns out, it's got a crate motor in it that I think runs okay. So we're gonna yank the crate motor out, take the doors and all the good stuff off the cab, and then we'll probably get rid of the cab, save the frame, and we'll just try to get it out of its little spot here before the weather gets bad. But we got to move the 454 C10. Then we'll move the 1980 K10, and I bet it's been a month or more since it's been started, so we'll see how it works. We'll just hope the Michael Jackson method works on all these and we can get them moved. I'm still not rolling down the windows on this one too much because I'm afraid they won't go back up, but anyway, we'll see what happens. It's probably been a week since started this one, but the Rochester carburetor on this one is shot. The shaft is worn out, it leaks vacuum through there, it does not run very good. But I'm gonna put a used carb on it and we'll see if we can get it running on the cheap. That's kind of shocking. But I hadn't done anything to the inside, it's still nasty. Alright, we'll let it warm and see if it'll warm up, and we'll get the K10 going. Part of my problem is I have 10 tons of Chevy pickups in a 1-ton spot, so it's a mess to shuffle around. That's why I got to crawl over. Good thing about this one, the air conditioner still works. So we got it running, we got this running. We'll let them warm up a little bit. We're going to hook up our little not OSHA approved gas can that we used on this one a while back and see if we can get this one to fire off. I've run it, but it's probably been like several months ago, so we'll see what happens. By the way, if you didn't know it, there's like 3 different rally wheels. Like a 8-inch, which is what everybody kind of likes. And then there's a 7-inch, a 7.5-inch. There's all these weird sizes. So if you ever go looking and think you found a really good rally, you may not have, because vans and different things had different stuff. I've been saving the narrower ones. I'm going to put them on a car trailer, so we'll see how that works out. When I bought it, the guy said it has a nearly new crate motor, and I'm like, yeah, okay, whatever. Drug it home and I pulled the valve cover on it, and sure enough, it's a pretty new motor. So for my standards. We'll get this fancy deal rigged back up. Put some gas in it. It's been leaking transmission fluid while it was sitting here, so it may not move. I don't know, but we'll try. But this is probably going to be the carburetor. Uh-oh, we're leaking. Every time I use this, it leaks. Gotta get a tool. That's it. Alright, we got gas. We got everything but a battery. I don't remember what I robbed the battery off of. So I'll have to check the battery down. Trying to remember which one I stole to put it on. Yeah, we'll move this one first and then we'll steal it back. Well, hold on. I might have one. I used my trailer winch battery. My little homemade stand. Hold it. Gotta get to it. This isn't going to be the most ideal here, but maybe it'll be enough to start it. Alright, we got battery, kind of sort of got gas. This one's definitely going to take some Michael Jackson, so maybe it won't let us down. I hear it. Get this one out of the way. I put some tires and wheels I had on another pickup on here because I got sick and tired of airing them up. A different one was flat every day, so I stuck those on there so I could just move it around. Alright, we got that one wiggled out, and I got to thinking to myself, it sure would be a lot easier if it's a short bed. So I'll keep fighting off that urge. We'll move Blue out. Blue has a power steering gearbox problem, so it's probably going to squeal and make all kinds of noise. But the AC works good. I know this one leaks power steering fluid as well, so we'll put a little in it. Then we'll crank it. The weather gets bad. We're gonna load this up and get it to the shop. Pull the motor out, pull the cab off. I'll save the frame just because it is a short bed frame and there's all kinds of parts. But the cab's probably not very good, but I think the doors are good, and some of the parts on the doors are good. By the way, the only brakes in that is throwing it in and out of one gear or neutral or reverse. Alright, I'm going to fish a couple more out and we'll go from there. Alright, so we got the 79, which is roadworthy, 350 overdrive, good to go. We got the 77 parts truck, which is not roadworthy, but you can move it around. I'm going to part it out anyway. The 71, which was a long bed that I made a short bed, and I'll do a little deal on it later. It's kind of interesting, some of the events that happened to it that kind of made it work. Got the 64, which is an original short wide big window, and I think that one has every option that you could get that year except for air conditioner. And I tried to buy it forever and ever, and he wouldn't sell it. And then one day I had something he wanted, and we worked a trade, and essentially I got it for nothing. I've got the blue K10 and then the 74 big block. Got one other thing I'll show you. Just so you don't think I'm all about C10s, this is probably the first hot rod that I got, and it kind of followed me home. A guy said, "Hey, I hear you like old cars." I said, "Sure." So loaded up the trailer, met him about 15 miles away, walked into the barn, and I nearly broke my hand fishing the $800 out of my wallet for this. It didn't have a motor or transmission in it, and I've got some pictures and things of it that I can show kind of where it was at. But I bought the parts as I went along, and it's just got a 350 crate motor that I bought used and warmed it over and put it in. My dream is to put a 454, but it just runs so good I just don't mess with it. 350, a little bit of a cam, overdrive transmission, 331 12 bolt rear end. You can drive it anywhere you want to go. It's a good truck, good car, whichever one you want. Well, if you hadn't noticed, I'm a collector of all things old. I love old tools, American made tools. I love old pipe wrenches. I've got old hubcaps for Chevrolet, GMC, Coke boxes. This shell is porcelain, and it's probably not that old, but it's actually off the side of a gas pump, and it's kind of cool, so I got it. Old lights, just everything old. I just kind of like it. I don't know why, I have too much of it. I've actually got a 350 crate motor that I got from Scoggin Dickey Performance that I'm getting ready to put in something. I just can't decide what. So I'll get it put in something. I collect old scale cars, for lack of a better word. One of them's actually the 64. And believe it or not, I don't have a record player, but I've got very, very old records. I know there's some Beach Boys in here. There's some, I think the very first Beatles album is in here somewhere. Some of them I don't really know who they are. Tommy Rowe. Some people may know who they are. And for some reason this guy was a big movie record collector, you know, soundtracks for movies. So there's lots of those in there. Joe South, I've never heard of him. But anyway, there's lots of stuff that I've had. The best of the Beach Boys, just all kinds of things. License plates. I have a horrible disease for old license plates. But it's just kind of what I do. I like it. I tend to collect a lot more stuff than I ever get rid of, but I enjoy it. As you can probably tell, we have lots of projects to work on. The big block, the K10, the 64 needs a little love. I'd love to put air conditioner in those. That one has a small block with the overdrive as well. I like Kragers. I put Kragers on everything that has 5 holes if I can. So, but man, they've gotten expensive, so I may not be doing that very long. Anyway, appreciate y'all. Like, subscribe, ring the bell. We enjoy working on the stuff. It's just kind of what we do. It's our hobby. But if you have any questions, see anything that interests you, let me know. But we appreciate you. Look what happened. I'm sure my wife is in the house just shaking her head.